Hey again everyone, this is just going to be an update video and a kind of video of me trying a new build out in Battlegrounds. It's an Elemental Blast in Echo of the Elements spec. It's just been something I wanted to try out because I want to try out Elemental Blast. It's pretty fun ability, kind of. It's a lot more interesting to use than Unleash Fury because Unleash Fury is passive, and to get those double echo procs is pretty awesome sometimes. In level 85, when I was stacking, I was stacking massive haste back then, and since we had so much haste and on the gear, I could get up to about 25%, I think, if I really tried to, something like that. And then I would have really liked something to add on to my attack rotation. But nowadays, or not nowadays, not now at 90 with this honor gear, you don't quite have. It seems like you don't quite have enough haste to get echo. Really, I usually go the Ancestral Swiftness and Unleash Fury. Ancestral Swiftness, just because the 5% extra haste is awesome, and taking it away for echo, it just feels super slow now. With the Echo of the Elements comparatively. I mean, maybe if I could stack extra haste it wouldn't be so bad, but right now the spec's really, it's pretty good in Battlegrounds actually, because the way what Echo and Elemental Blast, what Elemental Blast allows you to do is it frees up your shield. It makes it so that you don't have to use Lightning Shield the entire time. And what that means is you can hardcast heals more, or you can at least partially hardcast heals a lot more than if you had Unleash Fury and just had to keep Lightning Shield on. Because with Water Shield, you're just never going to run out of mana. And so what that helps you do with Echo, since Echo doesn't actually work with if you heal yourself with a Maelstrom Glyph full procs, Echo doesn't use the Maelstrom procs, it just heals you based on, the base healing. So, but if you're able to hardcast, or at least partially hardcast heals, then the effectiveness of Echo is bigger. So with this LE Echo spec using Water Shield, you can actually get yourself a lot more heals. And so at first, I figured that the problem with Elemental Blast was if you're not using it constantly, then it's basically useless compared to Unleash Fury, because you're losing out, because the Unleash Fury is basically passive, because you're always going to be using Unleash Elements on cooldown basically. So if you weren't using, if you're spec'd into Elemental Blast and you're not using it, then I figured that you're kind of totally losing your effectiveness. But kind of with Echo and with Water Shield, it kind of negates that a little bit. Because it allows you to use Water Shield means it might increase your healing output a little bit. I mean, yeah, a pretty good amount, even though you're missing the 5% haste and all that. But it's alright in arenas. Like as you see, I'm jumping around trying to find safe spots to heal myself in, and I'm able to get a lot of heals off on myself and kind of continue fighting, which I hadn't been able to do really with the Ancestral Swiftness and Unleash Furies as often. But I've been trying it in arenas, and in arenas the haste and the instant hex seems to be just too good. At least against a lot of comps. At least now that burst is so high, you just don't have a chance to use Elemental Blast hardly at all, and you're always wanting to use heals, and even you need your procs for healing and not hexing too. Sometimes you don't even have time to, you don't even have as many chances to hex as you would like to if you don't have the Ancestral Swiftness and you're trying to use Maelstrom procs on Elemental Blast. So I even tried Elemental Blast with Ancestral Swiftness, and it's not really that great even there either, because then you're not getting the boost from, the healing boost from Echo. So you're really just kind of wasting the talent if you never use it. If you use it with Ancestral Swiftness, and your heals aren't getting a boost from Echo. A lot of the problem with enhanced, like, well, I put in suggestion. I think Echo would be a lot better. I think it would be because right now in arenas it just doesn't seem viable at all. And like in 1 vs 3, 1vx situations, you're much better off with Unleashed Fury. I put it. It might be more. I think it'll be more viable for enhance if it was castable while moving. I put in a suggestion or a request to have Elemental Blast castable while moving, at least for enhancement. I think Elemental could use it too. Even Resto could use it too. Because now I don't see any Resto Shamans using Elemental Blast in PvP. And I see Elemental doing it, but then I've only seen one Elemental Shaman in arenas, and he just got stomped. Like, we just stomped him. I've only seen one Boomkin too in arenas so far in these 2 weeks that I've played. That I've been doing arenas pretty much almost every day. I've been doing arenas almost every day on my 2 guys. So Elemental Blast is castable while moving. It'd be pretty good. In arenas, I'll try it again. Maybe it's probably a lot because I haven't practiced with it. Of course, I'm trying to practice it with it more in just battlegrounds whenever I have time to. Like this stuff was actually recorded a day ago. Of these battlegrounds right here. Maybe if I get more practice with it, it might be better, but I really doubt it. But some things I've noticed while using it is you hardly ever want to cast Elemental Blast with hardcast it. You hardly ever want to hardcast it because, especially if you're like in melee range, because especially if you're in melee range, you'd rather just be attacking and getting the procs that way, because casting takes time and it resets your swing timer. So you never want to hard cast it like in the front in like a warrior's face or a rogue's face or even a caster's face, because you'd just rather be DPSing and waiting for it. If it was castable while moving, it might be a little different story, because you'll cast it like right before you're about to get to something, and then melee swing or something. But yeah, so don't hard cast it. Hard cast it when you're, I don't know, little situations, maybe when he's rooted, when you're rooted, stuff like that. But mostly you want to use it with full procs, just because unless you're far away, you hardly ever even want to stop moving. Like if you're getting kited and you have like 3 procs or 4 procs, and you're just running after him, you probably don't even want to stop for just like half a second to cast it. Even then, it's probably not worth it to hard cast. It's much more worth it to hard cast, especially if you're going Echo. It's much more worth it to hard cast to heal when you have something to hard cast, because it actually does a lot. Like being able to hard cast healing surges with Echo does quite a bit sometimes. It does quite a bit for your survivability, especially in battlegrounds, which you'll probably notice a bit. But yeah, what else? Yeah, so, but in the end, yeah, the opportunity cost in arenas, it makes Elemental Blast pretty much just not worth it, and you're usually maybe against some teams like a Shadow Priest Affliction lock team, Shadow Priest or Warlock team, could be worth it, like long games where you're not under too much pressure. But there's so much pressure all the time now in games, in high intensity, especially high rated games, that you always regret using Elemental Blast for the most part. But maybe I'll try it some more, and maybe I'll get back to you guys on it. But because part of the problem is because Enhanced Survivability is just terrible right now, especially against mostly just against physical DPS damage classes and mages if they blow you up, but really they hardly can if you have a little bit of heals. Mostly, warriors, hunters, even rogues can like stun lock us. Like good rogues with pretty good gear, like Woundman, I was doing with him. He had like crab daggers, and he just like stun locked me. Stun lock, silence. I messed up a little bit. Like I didn't have all my cooldowns up. Like I didn't have my wall up or stuff, but I just had rage up. and I put my healing stream down. But he pretty much almost just stun locked, and I didn't have wolves, and I didn't use ascendants or anything. But he pretty much just stun locked me from 100 to 0 with kind of crappy weapons. So well, not just stun lock with silences, stuns, that paralytic poison, and vanishing and reopening and dance. Use subtlety spec, I think. But without those cooldowns, rogue damage kind of tickles. But really, if they buff rogue's damage, we're definitely gonna need, even against them, we're definitely gonna need some more physical damage reduction. I'd say like 10% extra physical damage reduction, because it's just insane. Even after they nerf warriors vampires, I would think. Because part of the problem is, like, I'm stacking full resilience gems right now, and as enhanced you have to stack full resilience gems, totally, or like mixed gems. Get the set procs, I guess, but you need every gem to have resilience on it, because you just can't survive a lot of the stuff without it. But I would like to stack haste gems, because I just love my haste. Maybe even some PvP power, but PvP power is not that fun. I like haste more. I would like to stack the gems, but I just can't. Maybe if I could stack more haste gems, then Elemental Blast might be a little better, be more possible. But at this point, not quite. Maybe with full leveling gear, I don't know. But yeah, I would like to do that. It's gonna be interesting. Like, I'm hoping just for like some golden patch to come out next. They're not fixing a lot of stuff, which is crazy. Like, they're still waiting so long. But hopefully, I don't know. They're gonna have to fix stuff before the Shanghai Blizzard finals. So maybe they're just trying to get it all right by then. All the balance changes, because yeah, everyone knows what's over the top. Oh, but one thing about the balance changes, I think one thing that they just need to do across the board that'll help across the board is get rid of unused trinkets, because they're just messing up balance like crazy, because every class benefits differently from these trinkets. Like Ret Paladins, they have cooldowns that line up perfectly with them. Warriors, their cooldowns don't line up perfectly with them, but they're so strong that they just magnify the damage like crazy. Same with kind of mages. Mages just have three things that are overpowered. They're Ring of Frost, Deep Freeze, and their Spell Steal. If they fix those three, then they'll be good. But the unused trinkets are just too much for a lot of classes. Like Enhance, the unused trinkets are crap for Enhance. Pretty crap. I mean, you could go to do some Ascendance Burst, one-shot macro kind of team with a warrior on it or something, or a BM hunter maybe. But I don't like that style, and it's not really that good, I don't think, either. I mean, the haste continually seems to be the best choice for that. But the game is, I think the game is actually really close to balance, or at least really balanceable. I like a lot of the new abilities. I'm not like a lot of people who don't like a lot of the new abilities. Like, I think Symbiosis is a really cool ability. I think it's balanceable. I think Void Shift, the Life Swap for Priest, is a cool ability and balanceable. I think it's all balanceable, and the mechanics are pretty awesome. Maybe there's a bit too much CC in some cases, like Deep Freeze, like CC with magnified damage, with multiplying damage type by 4 is way too much. But yeah, so there might be a little bit extra CC, like a Siphene, Pre-Siphene. It's crazy crap too. Though it's kind of counterable, maybe, if you can notice it. I don't know, I'll have to try it. If you interrupt it, it's not as bad. But I think there's just a few things that need minor or major tweaks. I think changing the trinkets will help a lot. Like this mage, he's a bot. And just watch what he does. So he deep freezes me. He doesn't do as much damage as he could in deep freeze, because it's a stupid bot. But no. I pop Ascendance, I have to pop everything on him. Yeah, so just watch. Just watch. So he gets a Frostbomb on me. What? Frostbomb explode. How does he get me? or just ruins me, and then just ice lances me, and frostbombs me again, and deeps me. And here comes, boom! Oh god. Yeah, the defreeze damage is too big, and that was just a freaking bot that almost killed me. Yeah, even when I use Ascendants, not all my stuff though, but there's a lot of people. Some people have been asking about streaming. I just signed up for a Twitch account in the second program they have to get, I forgot what it was called, but it turns out you have to buy rights to stream a game, like the add-on or something to the video program I got. I think it's the standard program too. You have to buy the rights to stream a game. So I'll have to pay for that if I'm gonna do it. I think it's like $25 for 3 months. I'll probably try that one at first. But I probably am gonna stream just because people like it, people want it. I'll update you guys on that. I don't know how soon it'll be. I know some guy who does stream, and I'll ask him about it. I did some practice ones too. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool program. But yeah. So I'll update you guys on how well the Spec does and my streaming, and yeah, that's my thoughts on recently. Alright, have a good one. Talk to you guys later.